empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
I mean, I got to give it up to ONU for our great taste in music. And we are back yet again for week 3 of ECAC. And we're going straight into Lotus here. And again, like, we have seen ONU absolutely dominate on this map. And I've jumped right into it without introducing myself. I'm so sorry. But it's fine. You guys don't need to know who I am. Keep it anonymous. But map 1 will be Lotus, and we've seen ONU heavily favor this map. We have just been absolutely steamrolling some of these teams. We've been looking really dominant, and I'm hoping that we can continue this performance today.
Pretty sure we had a win on this map last week, right?
Last two weeks, yeah. So I'm excited to see what we're doing here. It looks like we're not mixing up the comp very much, keeping it basically the same. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A bit of an off comp here. On the side of the attackers, though.
Oh, they're going to make last second switch for sure, right? No.
Cloud Yuki, we're sticking it. All right. A bit unorthodox here. We're seeing yet another chamber like how we saw from Post University last week. And it's an interesting pick, but you do need to be a bit of an aimer, especially on Lotus if you want to be locking down this space with a chamber.
Especially with 3 sites, having Chamber as your Sentinel is quite an interesting pick.
A bit shaky, but I mean, we'll see if Phoenix can pull it off, I guess. We're straight into it here. Looking like a bit of an average buy. I'm wondering if ONU's going to take the fight down A main here. Pretty standard, like, tried and true strat, but I mean, it works well normally, so I'm excited to see what we pull out here. And the Cyber Hounds looking like we're going for a bit of a C hit, which, I mean, not a bad plan. Most teams run it down on A, so C just seems to be the way to go. And Reisher, just left alone on the C site, is going to have a bit of a task in front of him here. The jump spot, just try and look for some early info. And he is just running for CT. And a fast hit from the Cyber Hounds here. Already in, just trying to chew their way through this util. Otaba managing to clear out some of the util, but not quite all of it. The molly to just kind of delay the plant. But C site will go the way of the Cyber Hounds. The spike goes down, and ONU has pushed the entire way up the flank here. And Sing to get the first blood of the game. Spamming through the box, just looking for this pick onto the Fade. The flash to come through to try and support his teammate. Kills going both ways, leaving us in a 2 versus 2 situation. Newt left alone now in the 1v2 KO, left on very low HP, though.
Pulling them in.
Newt just trying to fight for this space, catch an attacker just a little bit out, the spam through just to hopefully try and catch one of them. Jumps up, managed to get the first, taps. He doesn't expect the one on his left, though, and Otaba will be cleaning up this first round, taking us 0-1 into this game. And honestly, like, it looked pretty good for both sides there. Otaba played that really well here. The wraparound, because Newt definitely just expected him to have extended CT. You can see it now, he was standing, but Otaba just wrapping all the way around patiently through bend. so that way he can catch Newt off guard. Excellently played. And it's looking like for the side of ONU, we have called just a straight up C fight off rip. And ONU wants to take the fight with, regardless of the gun disadvantage here, we want to take the fight to them. The util coming through and the Cyberhounds absolutely running the other direction. They want none of this fight.
Well, it looks like A's going to be free for them.
Yep, just running into a completely empty site. The KO knife just to make double sure. And the rotation from the defense is not going to get there in time. Newt leading the charge. Nice and slow, just trying to keep the CT space, make sure that no one's extending too far. And the bomb to go down right outside tree. And ONU has a massive task in front of them here with just pistols in hand. And Otaba wants to take this fight early. The first swing, the shot's not quite connecting for Otaba, being brought down to 29 HP, and the stun to come through just to send him even further back. The swing out, trades going both ways. But ONU managing to equalize the numbers here. The smoke fading by tree. The 1v1, I miss myself, flash in hand, flashes through.
Oh, the
Otaba
flash
just
misses.
barely not getting flashed and managing to close out another round for the Cyberhounds. But honestly, great damage from ONU right there, taking 4 of the guns away from the Cyberhounds. Very, very close. That is a tragic flash to miss from Trent. You can see he had a plan in mind. It just did not quite go his way right there at the end.
I'm not sure I've seen that baseball knife. That was pretty cool.
I have to agree.
I missed myself.
I mean, there we go.
Yeah,
there it is.
Sick knife.
And we're seeing the Cyberhounds just really like this C side. They're big fans. Just keep it. The knife not. Oh, it will manage to catch Reacher, and the util just all going down. The site will be free to get pushed into. Do they clear out Brondon, though? On the off angle, the dog to clear him out. He gets pushed back to water. Reacher has his back, though, sending them back the way they came, and Newt managed to catch the lurker and Otaba by B side. And it's looking like we're going back to A or B here. Maybe leaning towards this B side. We are on a bit of an eco here for the Cyberhounds. The flash just to clear mound. Isn't going to catch anyone. That's going to give ONU some good util. The stars coming down. Going to make the Cyberhounds a little bit wary. We're turning around yet again. They're a little indecisive. Are we coming back to C?
I like the call. I like the call.
I think surely we're coming back to C side here. I mean, they know they've kept the space. They have the trip up. We are throwing back down that turret. Reacher just trying to lock down the space the best he can. I mean, this is just the life of a poor KJ player here. The knife coming through. It will just connect yet again. The util going down, and Reacher just getting pushed all the way back to CT. Brondon just waiting for an overextension. We'll see one. Not quite able to close out the kill. Another one will swing. The shot's just not quite going his way. And the bomb will go down. But you can see here, look at the positions that ONU's in already. They have been working their way up to fight this. And the door gets popped. I missed myself to get the first. Newt closing out a second. But a bit of bite back here from Kibbles. But Cloud Yuki will fall to Brondon, and that will be the first round on the board for ONU.
It's interesting to see them wrap twice like that.
I mean,
the silent rotate twice.
That star was scary. They knew Newt was onto him, so they had to just pack it up and leave. This is a dope knife. I'm looking at it now. This is actually like a pretty cool skin.
I need a drop.
There.
I mean, also pretty W skin from Sing, though.
I need to blow something.
But we see a bit of an adaptation here from the Cyberhounds. We've been leaning heavy C. Are we going to see? Looks like we are seeing a bit more of an A hit here. Looks like they're trying to wait out the util. But ONU's reading this. They're being patient, not using any extra util, giving them any info. Wumbo just absolutely sniping Dizzy out of the sky right there.
Oh my god, these peak timing.
The timing is so tragic.
Here.
Otaba will spot Trent. Trent's just going to back up back to site, though.
Looks like it's become more of a default situation.
Just poking and prodding at the map. Newt will be taking the first contact and taking Cloud Yuki down to 60 HP.
Where are you?
From the Cyberhounds here, they're working a lot of space here. Otaba creeping up to the door. Sing could have a pretty good timing here, depending on which way he's looking outside of the smoke. The fight to get taken here. Otaba not quite able to connect the shots, breaks the boom bot, but Sing just barely makes it out with his life. And the door to get broken, and Newt will have a fight on his hands here as the attackers begin to flood his site. He managed to bring Chamber down to 1 HP. The spam's just not quite going the way of either team, however. Otaba looking like he wants to extend. He wants to take some space here. Risher waiting for him, though, on the other side of the smoke.
Spike planted.
The bomb will go down for the Cyberhounds. Sing to get another pick. Risher's good for yet another. Make that a
Wow.
just
And they cleaned that up quickly.
absolutely, and a flawless round from Ohio Northern.
Placing sentry.
And honestly, overall, great patience from Ohio Northern right there. Not overextending, not letting themselves get antsy. Even though the Cyberhounds were giving them absolutely nothing, they played really diligent, and it paid off in the end with a nice flawless round for them, bringing us to a 2-2.
Right.
And a bit of a weird buy here for the Cyberhounds. Their eco's not looking great, so we're on a bit of a lighter buy. Light shields, a couple marshals, and a Spectre. But we'll see what they can do with this. It's looking like they're going to want to do an A-hit, but I think Sing and I Miss Myself are absolutely ready, and Sing taking out Otava immediately. And the entire rest of the team just waiting for a re-swing here, but Sing will give them nothing. And it's looking like the Cyberhounds have been a little caught off guard. They seem to be a little caught here over by Rubble.
Careful here.
Their pace is slowed down a lot, looking like they're still trying to work this A space. They're just waiting for an overextension. But again, ONU playing very disciplined, just trying to give these guys nothing. A jump spot from Sing just for a little bit of extra info before falling back to site. And it's looking like a rotate here for the Cyberhounds. Cloud Yuki just trying to get this lurk, just catch Sing off guard, waiting for a bit of an overextension. He hears the jump spot. And Newt will spot the first person. Wumbo coming into the B site, the knife to come through to try and lock him down. Sing taking the fight onto the lurk and Cloud Yuki, and he will be taking him out.
I think they gotta move quickly. They're about to stall out.
20 seconds left on the clock here. Sing is good for 3, and it's looking like he's hungry for more. He wants this ace. And the swing from the chamber.
Nice!
And the ace from Sing.
Bring it. Me against the world.
That's gotta feel good.
That's got to be huge for morale. I can hear Tanner celebrating right now, actually. And I mean, very, very well played from Sing. That initial pick onto Otaba absolutely stalled out the Cyberhounds that round. Because, I mean, they just were not ready to lose a man that fast. And they just did not recover from that initial first pick. And Sing was ready to just fight all 5 of them. But now we're seeing the Cyberhounds back on a full buy with a bit of a 3-1-1 split, leaving the Jet in spawn to just wait for a bit of an overextension, maybe a flank. And we are once again working this mound space. Newt yet again catching the lurk up from B onto Wumbo. He's staying diligent, not falling off the angle. Otaba now picking up where his teammate left off. Will find the alarm bot, but decides to fall off the angle.
Bring them down. I'll find you.
And out come the Cyberhounds, the flash to come through to try and delay the progress here. Only one has made it in. What a
Nice
shot from
shot.
Brondon. And
I wonder if they know.
it's not looking good for Kibbles. He's actually kind of trapped unless we get an overextension here from the defenders.
Right here.
Kibbles and Phoenix just trying to hold this angle, hold this crossfire with each other, and wait for an overextension. But ONU playing very disciplined, just not giving it to them. Reacher falling off the angle to try and bait out the swing.
30 seconds left.
Manages to get Phoenix to reveal his position. And Brandon's good for yet another. Is he
know if he
aware of
knows
the
he's
player
there.
on his right, though? And Otava finally lurking up onto Newt. And Kibble's getting the pick onto Brandon. But Sing is here now. And Kibbles has a lot to do and not a lot of time on his hands.
left.
10 seconds left, and without the bomb, make that 4 seconds. The bomb needs to go down now, and it just does not in time. And Sing closing out the round, bringing us to a 4-2. And I will say it was looking a little dicey right there for a second, but the defenders managed to play a little bit more disciplined. Sing got there just in time and managed to close out the round.
But Kibbles was in a tough situation there.
I
There's
mean,
not much there to do.
I gotta respect the absolute patience on Kibbles. He sat in that corner for a good 40 seconds just to get that perfect timing, which worked out for him pretty well. He managed to equalize the numbers, but they just weren't quite able to hold on to that round.
Get out of my way.
Big stun to try and slow down the attackers here, and it will connect. The flash through, just making it in time right before the KO lockdown comes in.
Careful.
The knife just trying to get a little bit more information. And the rotation from ONU is very, very fast. We're seeing here, they're not fighting for the site, but they are absolutely ready for this retake. Pass back from Sing, not quite getting him on top of the box like he wanted. And I missed myself in a great position. The nade to come through to try and delay him, though.
Spike planted.
And in comes the flash from Trent. It's not quite connecting. He will do good damage onto 2, but Sing jumping right into the arms of Otava will get taken out. The knife's not quite connecting onto Newt, though, but Cloud Yuki quick to trade him out. Reacher left in the 1 versus 4. The shot's not quite going his way. Cloud Yuki to close out the round, bringing us to a 4-3 scoreline. And I mean, honestly, I think if Sing makes that blast pack, I think the round might go a different way. I don't know. I mean, we might have to go back to the lab on that one. That was a tragic miss for Sing right there. And with just an absolutely gross phantom skin in hand here. How do we have such a W knife and no money in the account for a better phantom? We are seeing here ONU yet again trying to take this early fight from C, but Cyberhound's giving them absolutely nothing, and Sing just left alone on the A site to defend it by himself. The flash to come through to clear out the tree space, and Sing left alone in the cubby back site on A. He decides to wrap and try and catch one of these players off guard. He knows Otava likes to hold from the smoke, so he's just trying to play patient and bait him into the smoke. Otava's having none of it, though, deciding to fall off the angle. The door to come open. Do they expect this 3-man flank? He's hearing the steps. Otava could have a great timing here. He's good for 1. Newt not quite able to connect the shots. Reacher left alone yet again, bringing us to a 4-4 scoreline. Otava had just absolutely immaculate timing, managing to catch the flank there. I mean, a 3-man flank, I don't think they see that coming without Otava standing right there at Rubble. I mean, it's nice to see that we're trying a lot of fun stuff here. We're taking a lot of space early, but the Cyberhounds are very, very quick on their feet. They are just not committed to any of these takes, and they are not afraid to just absolutely book it the other direction if needed. Otava yet again working this B space, just trying to get in. But we have seen in the past that Newt generally has this space absolutely on lock. A 2-man lurk here from the Cyberhounds, looking like they're leaning towards B, but they want control of that waterfall space. But if they want to do that, they're going to have a star and a turret and Newt to make it past in order to get there. The smoke to come through, just try and break the turret. Otava will be smoked off the angle, though. But undeterred, they throw the knife through, and Wumbo's going to stay. Brought in a Reacher here on the site. attackers have started to execute. Brondon's good for the first.
Down. C.
Reisher doing pretty good damage here to the second. Brondon electing to fall off and stare at a wall. And, maybe he's cooking something. I think he's going for a ping. And out comes the Killjoy lockdown just to try and stop them from planting. Chamber rushing for the plant, not quite able to get it down. Wumbo good for 2 though, managing to take out 2 of the defenders on the side of ONU, but he does get forced all the way out to Mound, and the bomb is being completely swarmed by these ONU players. The Knight will catch 2, not quite getting the third. Newt slowly wrapping through Bend. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Wumbo will elect to save.
Not always a bad choice.
Absolutely not, but unfortunately for the Cyberhounds, that will bring us to a 5-4 in favor of ONU here. I mean, honestly, great patience. I have to commend the team for this. They're playing very disciplined on this defensive half. Just not overextending when they don't need to, but they are catching really good timings here. So, and it's looking like for the Cyberhounds, they are leaning yet again towards this A site.
Seems like that's what's been working for them.
Absolutely.
You want
on
to
and off,
play?
but
Let's
Yeah.
play.
we're seeing here Otaba ready and willing to fight Sing on this site, and he will be getting his revenge this round. The smoke's coming in, and I missed myself giving up the site, but he does have the Rolling Thunder, but Otaba is absolutely flying through this space. If I miss myself is not careful, he will get timings here. Just barely making it out. Standing on top of the box, the stun will catch him. He is sent absolutely flying. Wumbo will get flashed. Phoenix good for 1 onto I missed myself though. Newt falling off the angle just in time, but he will be left alone. And Phoenix good for 3 with the tour de force. I mean, honestly, these have been very fun rounds to watch, though. Just watching both of these teams kind of go blow for blow. And Brondon will be calling a timeout. So for the side of ONU here, they just need to sharpen up on these post plans. They're playing very individual here. And it's kind of coming back to bite them because they're taking these ones, and when they're not winning, they're just slipping on these numbers. And so they just have no people and no util for the retakes. So I am curious as to what Brondon's telling the team right now, but time will tell. It's looking like they're leaning towards a 2-1-2 split, probably going to leave some KJ util by the B site, but who knows? And for the side of the Cyberhounds, I mean, C and A have been working pretty well. Their A take has been a bit stronger than their C take, so I assume they probably lean back towards A.
Well, they're sitting on 2 ults.
Ooh, wait, they might be leaning towards a B hit here. I'm seeing
Especially
a lot
with
of
that
yellow
fatal.
pings on the B site for the Cyberhounds. We might be seeing a bit of a B hit. But the Orbital Strike and the Nightfall in hand
Nightfall,
for,
yes.
for the Cyberhounds. And it is looking like we're leaning towards B here, and Reisher's going to have a lot to do if that's the case. Oh, just
Well, it
kidding.
looks
He's
like
going all the way back
ONU
to
doesn't
C.
read it at all either.
I mean, for
Four
Brondon,
stacking A.
I feel like he's just thinking that, oh, their A take's really good, we'll fight for A. And so they are absolutely flying through this space, and they will be hearing this for the side of the Cyberhounds, and they are chewing through this space. A flash to come through, and Otaba all the way through to Waterfall.
Spike planted.
Sing with the raised rocket in hand, just looking for an early pick for ONU.
Chamber.
Ooh, the rendezvous just barely taking Chamber to safety. Sing still thirsty for 4 kills. Manages
through
to
the
get the
smoke.
pick through the smoke. Does he read the last player being Heaven? The spam through the smoke yet again, just trying to find Otaba, and Otaba forced to run for his life. What a clinical retake from ONU right there.
All round before the switch.
Sing losing his life right at the end, bringing us to a 6-5 scoreline. And honestly, that was great for ONU. The way that they took the fight right at that door, clearing each other, playing off each other really well. I can tell that they got a little bit whipped into shape by Brondon right there. to play as a team a little bit more. And it's looking like they're going for this A fight again, and they will be finding some attackers this round. The stun coming through early, the door to get broken, and the flash getting shot immediately, going to give ONU some intel that there are indeed players in here. And Otaba looking like he wants to take this early fight. The Fade Lear to come out, just try and get some early util, but it will be broken. Brandon backing up to dodge the KO knife. And the dog to yet again try and find some util. Otaba trying to take an early fight, but gets brought down to very low HP. And it's looking like they want no part of this for the Cyberhounds. Singh taking an absolutely crazy angle, just trying to find an overextension from the Cyberhounds. But they have elected to fall off this angle and lean towards the B site. But Singh hot on their trails and just ready for some more action. Wants to take this fight with Otaba, manages to take him out, but does get brought down to 16 HP in the process. The smoke's coming through from Kibbles, but again, they are electing to fall back off. But if they decide to go back to A or C, we do have defenders on either end just waiting. Brandon waiting very patiently on Rubble.
30 seconds left.
Not quite able to connect the shots. And his position does get revealed. The suck not quite coming through in time from Newt. And it's looking like ONU just rushing back in, ready to take these fights. I missed myself. Good for one. Just trying to run down the clock. 12 seconds left.
10 seconds
The
left.
Cyberhounds need to get this plant down, and soon. Otherwise, it's just over. A nasty headshot from Singh right there. And Kibbles trying frantically to get the bomb down, but not quite in time. The kill is not clean, but the kill does come
Switching
through.
sides.
And that will take us to the second half of the game. And this could get rough for the side of the Cyberhounds here, with a Sentinel that's not great at locking down space unless you are getting frags. But we will have to see. It's looking like they have elected to do a bit of a 2-1-2 split here, leaving Kibbles alone on the B site. And Phoenix looking like he wants to take an early fight here. But Brandon, Singh, and I missed myself absolutely reared and ready to go, ready to meet him at this early fight. He's like to fall off a little bit. The Fade Lear coming out, just trying to get some early info, not quite getting anything though. And we can already see the rotations coming in. We're seeing that fast pace that we've seen in the attacking half persisting here for the Cyberhounds. But ONU, hearing the rotation in, has elected to fall off the C site and maybe lean towards a B hit here. I think we're just waiting for this smoke to fade before we take a bit of a early fight here. And as you can see, two of the attackers have never left the C site, so they were just locking down this space until just now. The Fade Lear to get broken. And Singh leading the charge onto the B site. The mines will get popped. And ONU getting absolutely whittled down by this util. It's so impressive from the Cyberhounds. Otaba good for 3 in the process. Risher left alone in a tough spot in the 1v5, not quite able to deny the defuse, bringing us to a 7-6 and a flawless round for the Cyberhounds.
I'm not sure what you could do there, pushing out into 4 people.
I mean,
5?
just 5, but bit unfortunate classic in hand. I mean, best you can do is just hope you get lucky. I don't know. Take an early fight, maybe go for some spams through the smoke. I don't know. Tough spot for Risher there, but a bit unorthodox from ONU, looking like they want to take an A fight here. Maybe just hit fast with numbers
Where are you?
and hope that they can win with just classics in hand.
Right there.
Otaba will be getting some early info, though, with that Vandal in hand. And he does elect to fall off towards tree. The spams are dangerous for Brandon. One shot, and he will get taken out. But unfortunately, the shot does land onto I missed myself. And the first blood will go the way of the Cyberhounds. And it's looking like ONU has said they want nothing to do with this, and they are electing to hit elsewhere. Maybe leaning towards a C hit here. And it was empty, but we are seeing here Phoenix rushing back to the site just to try and delay this hit as much as he can. Maybe just hold down this space, give his teammates some time to get there. The Star is coming in, just trying to smoke him off this angle. And the site will be taken by ONU. Phoenix pushing through the smoke while the bomb is getting planted. The shot's not quite connecting for Phoenix, but he has brought Sing down to very low HP. Newt just trying to take as many fights as he can, take guns out of these defenders' hands. Sing left alone on the site, 15 HP, and the shot with the right click just not quite doing enough damage for Sing. Just barely keeping Wumbo alive. But still taking 2 guns away from them there. I mean,
I'd say 2 months ago that right click would have done its job.
just about. I mean, pre-nerf classic that Sing might have a round right there. But that will take us to a 7-7 all tied up. This is the closest we have seen in this series for JV this season. But very, very well played on behalf of both teams here. I do have to say, I love the fearlessness from Otava. Because even some rounds where he is just getting absolutely picked off early by Sing, he is still absolutely just holding these angles aggressively. He managed to take the wider off angle, just going for this one tap onto I missed myself. Not quite connecting the shot, however, and does elect to fall off. But Wumbo holding close on that angle. Does he get cleared?
Right there.
This round could come down to how diligent the attackers are with clearing their corners, with Wumbo and Phoenix both locking down the C and A site respectively from these corners. And ONU on a bit of a default here, just trying to clear this out. Reisher
Calling my bot.
looks like he's aware though.
It's making me nervous.
And if he wants to get this timing, it needs to be soon. The fade is gone. And Sing absolutely trailblazing up B. He's made his way all the way to Waterfall, taking a fight with Cloud Yuki. I almost missed that, so I looked at the mini-map. Another fight being taken onto Kibbles. Kibbles just falling off the angle, both of them
30
being
seconds
whittled
left.
down to very, very low HP. And
like they're
again,
taking Bond to
Phoenix
C-site.
in the corner. The stun coming through just to try and get him off the angle. And Newt will end up clearing it.
One enemy
And Sing
remaining.
is good for 3 at 16 HP, but Otava will finally take him out.
Spike planted.
And we are seeing Otava left alone in the 1 versus 4 situation here. Brandon getting some massive intel there as Otava breaks Dizzy. Brandon just trying to use the box. Otava
Ooh.
almost bringing it back with 3 nice kills right there at the end. But ONU will manage to clinch it, bringing us to an 8-7. And Otava taking it in stride, managing to buy himself an operator. And that's kind of scary from Otava. We've seen this guy's aim thus far, and I'm a little worried for ONU swinging A long here. The rest of the team just kind of spacing out across the map. I want to know if Phoenix goes back to this corner or not. I need to know. Looking like he's choosing not to, unfortunately. And again, ONU's just going to default. Brandon trying to take an early fight, but Otava is ready with the operator in hand, getting him the first blood of the round. And ONU, knowing that operator's A, elects to hit a different site, but Otava reading this play is absolutely flying across the map. He wants to get here as soon as he can, try and secure another pick for the Cyberhounds. Reisher, good for 1 though. The swing out from Phoenix will trade him out, but Newt is absolutely ready. Sing just going for a spam through the smoke. Shot's not quite connecting though, leaving us in a 3v3 situation here.
There.
And Sing's in a bit of a tenuous spot, but Newt is ready to watch his back. The knife will clear him. The
Right on
timing
jump
is not
up.
quite going his way on the jump up, but Newt ready to refrag his teammate, taking Otaba out of the equation. Oh, the spam just barely missing for Newt. The shot's just not quite going his way. He's stuck in a tough spot here, managing to get the first. But is he aware of Kibble's positioning? He hears the jump up. No time left on the clock for Kibbles. Newt managing to clinch out the round by just stalling him out, running down the clock, and Newt clutching it out with a 4K. And that's what we absolutely love to see from Aiden right there. Very, very well
I Miss
played.
Myself is better than me because I would have re-picked that up.
I don't know. I think at this point I would have been humbled enough by Otaba. I'm just not swinging that guy again. But very, very, very well done from Newt right there. Managed to clinch out that round and forcing the Cyber Hounds back down to an eco here. The knives get popped here for Otaba, looking like he still wants to fight this A space. He will get stunned off the angle. The knife just to try and clear, make sure he's not close. And Otaba will fall off the tree. His teammate falling off to the stairs. The spam's just not quite connecting with Wumbo. Wumbo's surviving just barely. And Singh just somehow always all the way up on this B space. He just has it all. And he's absolutely flying through this space. The two defenders are getting absolutely forced out. And the rocket not quite getting popped for Singh, but the impact still undeniably gets swung the way of ONU, and Singh still once more fights, taking the CT space. No. Singh, don't do it. Tanner, don't do it. Tanner, no! The knife kill onto Cloud Yuki.
Wait, but the same is gonna happen?
Oh, wait. Otaba? Does he clear close right here? The turret and two of the attackers absolutely waiting, and Newt flying through this space. He might be clearing close now. Brondon needs to turn around. The knives are just missing. Oh my gosh, all 5 knives not connecting for Otaba. The flash coming through, and he's getting absolutely sprayed down by the attackers. And Wumbo just looking for something, anything at the end of that round, and not quite managing to find anything before the bomb detonates. A tragic turn of events for Otaba. We've all been there with jet knives in hand and just not quite able to click on the head. I mean, I wouldn't be ready for Brondon standing there either, if I'm being completely honest. That would have caught me a little bit off guard. But we will be seeing the Cyberhounds back up on a full buy. And
could be better.
it's looking like we're just leaning for a straight up C hit here. We've realized that C's not super strong. They don't really have great util to keep us out. At most, it's going to be the Fade Dogs and maybe like the Chamber Trip. But other than that, not a lot of util to stop ONU's push in here. And the util being thrown, and the defenders getting forced out of the site. Singh just looking for a spam through the smoke. That Phantom in hand. And the bomb will go down. It's planted for Mound, so that way the defenders can space out a little bit. Kind of spamming this bomb from wherever. The Fade Dog, though, will buy some information back there. For the Cyberhounds, they know no one's close right. We can see here they're working their way up on all the angles. The mid door will be popped from B. The fight to be taken on Mount. Brondon, good for one, will get traded out, though. But Newt right there, ready to fight back. The kill's going the way of ONU.
I'm still here, amigo.
Bringing us to an 11-7 in favor of ONU here. And can I just say, Singh is winning some absolute fights this game. On just 6 HP, he's still ready to close out the round. 27 kills to his name this game. I mean, a 30 bomb is very, very possible from Singh. If he keeps up this pace, he probably gets it this round. So
30 bomb, an ace, and a knife kill.
very true. I mean, and what's crazy is I know for a fact that this kid sat down at 7:59. And is that kind of annoying? Yes. Sing still just absolutely fearless on this B site. Just waiting for his timing and just walking up completely uncontested. There's no util, no nothing to stop him, and he just knows it. The space is his, and he's just taking it now.
Taba's just a little late right there.
Otaba knows that Sing likes to just walk his way through this space, but they hear the A door, and Sing could have an absolutely crazy timing here if he plays his cards right. Phoenix, the first one to take contact. He managed to get the first, make that the second. Is he ready for Otaba? Operator in hand. The 30 bomb on the line, and he's good for it. And Cloud Yugi left alone in the 1v5. The shots going his way for the first, but he's not quite ready for the wrap behind him from Reisher and Newt,
Match point.
bringing us to match point in favor of ONU. And I will say, ONU's looking a bit shaky in the pistols, but once they start getting on a roll, I mean, how do you, if you're the Cyberhounds, you got to be thinking, how do we stop Sing? Because he is just completely fearlessly walking through this space, uncontested. Otaba electing to completely glass cannon, no shields, and an operator in hand, just hoping for an early overextension. Reisher walking up, letting the turret take the first contact in the shot, just not quite connecting, very, very close from Otaba. And the A space being taken from ONU. They will have a bit of a fight on their hands, though. Sing still just wanting this B space.
There they are.
And he's just going to dance his way out of there.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
And Thrash will be popped, just try and buy ONU some space. The Nightfall to try and slow them down. ONU managing to secure one onto Wumbo, but the util dump being thrown at them is just a little bit too oppressive for them. I miss myself. Ready, though. The orbital strike coming in, not quite managing to secure a kill onto anyone. And Sing just left alone in tree with Wumbo, his victim, slowly dying on the floor, leaving Otaba and Kibbles in the 2 versus. And right as I say it, the 1 versus 4, the ult's being popped. Sing looking to close out this game with a 4K. The rocket coming in, and it's good for Sing, leaving us at a 13-7 scoreline for ONU.
They put up quite a fight, though, I will say.
They did, honestly. It was a valiant effort for the side of the Cyberhounds, but ONU just got into absolutely into the swing of things there, and you could tell Sing was feeling it there at the end. He just wanted to end that game. 6 first bloods in the course of that game. And I mean, for the side of ONU, you can see how proactive they were being around the map with 6 first bloods, 4 first bloods, 3 first bloods. And I mean, even though we're seeing not a lot of frags from the initiators brought in, I miss myself, their impact was still being felt around the map because they're comboing off their teammates. And for map 2, we will be going to Icebox.
It's going to be interesting seeing them play on the new Icebox.
Very true. I mean, if we're keeping Sing on the Rays, I hope that the Cyberhounds are ready to do something to try and put up a bit more of a fight here. But we'll just have to see. And with that, we'll be right back with map 2 on Icebox.
Why do you think you'll find me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. Say it's over when nothing's closer to what you're fighting for. fire under my skin. Oh, light the blaze again that stood alive for ages. Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on. Holding on to your lies. Where do you think you'll find me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry
And we are back for Game 2 of the JV ONU Valorant ECAC Week 3 match on Icebox against the Cyberhounds. And we're starting off strong here with a double controller comp with both the Harbor and the Viper for ONU. And the Cyberhounds looking a bit more indecisive, just a Sova hover, while ONU's completely locked in. I mean, I know for a fact that ONU has been practicing this map, and I'm very, very excited to see the double controller out of Newt and I Miss Myself. With I Miss Myself, also known as Trent, generally being known for his initiator, but he has been known to flex a little bit onto this controller player. And I know for a fact that Brondon's got some special strats cooked up for Icebox. Finally seeing some hovers coming through for the Cyberhounds with 1 second left on the clock. And we're seeing here a bit more of the standard comp here with a Viper and a Sage.
And that Sage is really making a comeback, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the one map where I would say Sage is like kind of viable. as a Sentinel, I mean, Sentinel on this map in general has been, it's known to be pretty difficult, but Sage, with how much verticality there is on this map, you can do some crazy walls and catch people really off guard if they're not careful. And we are seeing Otaba yet again on the duelist role, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
I'm definitely intrigued to see the Harbor play. I haven't seen many Harbors, at least in my ELO, on Icebox.
Me too, honestly. I mean, Harbor, I like the flexibility that his walls buy. So I'm excited to see what Newt does with him because, I mean, Newt is known to be the controller for ONU JV. So I'm ready to see what he cooks up. And it's looking like ONU leaning a little bit heavy towards mid here early.
Oh, this is a ratty cam.
Darren's been in the labs. Reisha has been in the labs finding this cam. The dart coming through. Reisha will get pinged immediately. The cam looking at the skybox. But ONU taking a lot of space early on the map. Already through to kitchen. And forging their way up this B main space. And if Cloud Yuki isn't careful, he's about to have a fight on his hands. Newt looking a little shaky there at the beginning, but managing to close out the kill on the Cloud Yuki. And I missed myself in a great spot here with all the kitchen space being given to ONU and Reisha locking down the entire flank with this cam, allowing for ONU to pivot back towards an empty A site. But Phoenix clearing out the kitchen, the Boombot to try and push Kibbles off the angle, and ONU deciding to take this kitchen space. Phoenix good for yet another in the kitchen, but Newt quick to trade out his teammate. And ONU's playing absolutely fast and loose with this pistol round. And Otaba left alone on the A site.
30 seconds left.
And I don't know. If one player is going to lock down the A site, it would be Otaba, but he needs to be really good with these headshots if he wants to keep himself in this. The fight with Singh being taken, he managed to secure the headshot. The plant going down from Brandon, and out comes the Trailblazer to get the stun. Just barely managing to make it away with his life. And Otaba making it out of the flash and the stun and connecting the headshot onto Brandon.
It's
honestly,
a Skyner.
Thank you.
Honestly, very, very well done for the side of ONU. That cam just keeping all the space to them. They pulled the rotate and decided to just pump the brakes, work mid, but unfortunately for them, their kitchen play fell apart a bit. They lost some numbers early, some critical numbers, and just weren't quite able to clinch it out onto Otaba. And him just solo lurking on this A space, just managing to hold it down for the Cyberhounds. It's a crazy play, and all four players, excuse me, Cloud Yuki decided to go back to B site at the last second, but are electing to go the A site. Reisha has been absolutely in the labs with some of the Cypher tech, and the Cyberhounds will be well aware of this fast B hit. The Cove to go down to try and protect the planter, and the bomb will go down for ONU. Unfortunately, with Classics in hand, they cannot extend, so they will just have to take a fight by the space. The Cove will go down, though, giving them free line of sight, and they know that this flank is empty. The Cyberhounds just want to take this fight early. With their superior guns, they just want to fight, and Wumbo managing to find a pick early on to Sing. The Molly's coming through to try and delay this, diffuse as much as they can. Brana good for one, but Kibbles swinging right back, getting another. Otaba cleaning up for two. I missed myself, good for one, but Kibbles managing to close out the round, just barely surviving that fight, bringing us to a 2-0 scoreline.
Defuse the spike.
Seems like the pistol rounds haven't been the best for ONU so far, but
Not
we got some
quite,
guns now.
Yeah. I don't think ONU has secured a pistol thus far. But the full buy rounds is generally where we've seen ONU start to shine. So hopefully we see a bit of a return to form here like how we saw at the end of Lotus for ONU. Otaba not quite able to make the jump. That's tragic. I mean, it's a bit of a tough one.
But jump onto screens, I can never make that one.
I mean, he manages that one at least, but... And ONU looking like they're going back for a bit more of a default hit here.
Poison orb emitting.
Wumbo just trying to work this mid space. I missed myself trying to lock it down. Sing trying to lurk his way up the kitchen, but does get picked off early by Wumbo.
Poison's off.
I missed myself just trying to find someone out of position, and he managed to catch Kibbles working that mid space, but he is in a bit of a tenuous spot here. The shot's not quite going his way. The spam from Otaba just trying to take I missed myself out of the equation here. And Trent just barely making it out with his life. Newt managing to find a pick onto Cloud Yuki, working his way up through the kitchen, turning around at just the wrong moment. Phoenix catching him with his back turned.
So tragic.
The timing is so unfortunate for Newt right there. Reisher just trying to find an overextension so he can try and avenge his fallen teammate. And we're seeing here all of the Cyberhounds working this snow space here and the kitchen space. Reisher still just trying to find a fight. Just not quite able to connect the shots, and Otaba is not the one you want to be missing on. Phoenix with that wall in hand, just looking to try and block the molly. The molly still come through and try and delay. Somehow does not connect with Phoenix. Oh, it does. He's just sticking through it, and the bomb is already halved. Otaba is trying to bait him in. I missed myself. Ice cold in the 1v1 in Trent to clutch out the round. And we've seen it last week, but we are seeing Trent yet again completely ice cold in the clutch. At this point, I need to go back through these VODs and just see how many rounds Trent has clutched for ONU. A 4K to close out the round, and you can see he is celebrating right now. He has absolutely walked away from his setup, and it's looking like he wants to go back towards the mid space here.
That mid space on Icebox can either completely give you the round or stall you out.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a make or break space because it just gets you so much of the map. Like, where I missed myself here, he can go B, he can go A.
Dwinder.
Sing trying to take this early fight. Just not quite able to connect the shot. Sheriff in hand. A huge ding from I missed myself. Managed to take out Otaba in the process. The shots just barely not taking out Wumbo, left with a sliver of HP.
Looks like he's going back for that heal.
An unfortunate turn of events, and Cloud Yuki is trying to solo hold this B site, and it's looking like ONU is going to want to hit this. Rondon making it to the site a bit late. Newt trying to get ahead of this Viper's Pit and catch a defender out of position. Decides to throw up that wall. Just try and block the snow space. Cloud Yuki slowly being whittled down by the Viper's Pit. Left with 1 HP, trying to walk through. Managed to find the headshot onto Reisher. I missed myself. Left alone with the bomb here. 30 seconds left on the clock. And a lot to do. The tap just to try and bait the swing. Cloud Yuki still just trying to find something, anything in this Viper's Pit, but I missed myself. Finds it first, and he finds the second. Not quite able to turn around in time for the third. Wumbo left in the 1v1.
10 seconds left.
With the cabbage on hot on his trail. Rondon left with 4 seconds on the clock. The smoke just barely keeping Wumbo alive, and the Cyberhounds barely getting another round on the board for them. Incredibly close for ONU there.
It's a bit of an expensive round for them as well.
Yeah, committing the ult and then just not quite able to get... Oh, 2, yeah, you're right. And just not quite able to get the bomb down is an unfortunate turn of events for ONU right there. I mean, the spam through the cage catching Reisher is just an unfortunate thing to have happened. He was seconds away from getting that bomb planted. And Brandon looking like he wants to get a little assertive here with his B main space. The jump spot
Careful here.
will lose him 40 HP, but I mean, for Otaba, that's not bad.
Poison's off.
I missed myself just still working this mid space. Trent is fearless at mid. And it's looking like they just do not want to give him these fights if possible. The shots coming through. ONU leaning a bit more towards the B site here. And I mean, it's been a little bit back and forth for them. A clean headshot from Reisher onto Kibbles on the A side.
This is going to be a big ult here.
And the Cypher ult gives ONU all the info they need for them to start backing up and probably leaning towards the A site. And the Cyberhounds are they aware of this fact? Because they have not left the B site. There we go. Now we're starting to see the rotation come in, but I just don't think it'll be in time for Phoenix, the Sage player who has a lot left on his plate. Brandon not clearing his corners though.
30
Sing
seconds left.
quick to
Good
refrag,
trade.
but
Down A.
that does leave them in a 4v3 with a lot left to do. And Otaba in Empress. The ult has been popped. What is that
Nasty.
trip from
It's
Reisher?
nasty.
Oh my gosh. I have to admire the Cypher tech from Darren, honestly. The trip, catching Otaba
can't find
completely
it.
off guard. He can't find the trip. The first
player
pick going the way of ONU. However, none of the following will go the way of ONU. The Outlaw in hand, just not quite able to connect the shot on a Cloud Yuki.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
ONU, their post plans just aren't quite sharp enough.
I don't know if it's just me, but the Outlaw, the new gun, it just doesn't seem worth it.
I mean, 2,400 plus shield, like you're spending 3,000 on the round, and that's before you buy any util. I mean, 140 for a body shot ain't bad, but it does require you to hit the shot, unfortunately. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. But Wumbo decides to buy up here. Operator in hand. Looking like he wants to lock down this B main space. They know that that ONU likes to kind of poke and prod. Do a little jump spot here early. So they just want to try and take out this jump spot early if they can. Unfortunately, ONU will be giving them nothing, as on the eco round they are leaning towards the A site.
We might get to see that ratty Cypher cam in play this round.
Phoenix decides to rip the Sage Wall. Just try and lock out these attackers. Plenty to fall off the site. I mean, even just as a lone Sage, he has still been doing a pretty good job of just locking down this space all by himself here. Even though the Sage util isn't great for this.
Ooh.
And Sing just not quite able to connect the shots like how he did, like how we saw him do on Lotus. He's be struggling a bit more here on Icebox. A clean shot there from Brandon taking out Kibbles. And Phoenix trying to keep himself in this. I missed myself. Shutting him down, though. And the site will go to ONU.
Weapon here.
Brandon just trying to fight his way through this space. I'm just waiting for some crazy trips from Reisher. I'm not gonna lie.
I must wait.
What an interesting plan.
What we are seeing here, it is complete deja vu from the former round. But Cloud Yuki will get caught in the trip. No one's swinging off of it, though. Wumbo with that op still in hand, just trying to look for a fight. Otaba, a rare whiff from him. Reisher taking him out of the equation. Cloud Yuki just walking through this space, trying to find someone off guard. Managed to catch Reisher. Brandon quick to refrag him, though. Wumbo tapping the bomb, but Brandon just falling from the sky onto Wumbo's head and taking him out of the equation, bringing us to a 4-2 scoreline.
Oh, Wumbo has a really cute classic buddy pairing. Here,
I missed it.
good color
Unfortunately.
scheme.
Well,
They're matching up the colors of their buddy and the skin.
I mean,
That's the way to do it.
shout out to Wumbo. I missed it, but I'll take your word for it. And again, we're seeing ONU lean towards that A site. I mean, they know that they forced them onto a bit of an eco around here, so why not hit it again? And Reisher just setting up the craziest trips on this site. I mean, I can tell Darren has been absolutely labbing some of these. Like, some of these trips are just crazy from him, but Wumbo trying to take an early fight, managed to hit the body shot, but does get brought down to 85 HP. The attacker's having none of it and forcing him all the way back into kitchen. Newt just working his way up belt here, silently just trying to find one of these defenders out of position. Maybe catch someone peeking him just for a split second. That's all he needs. Just try and take one of them out of the equation here. Brandon working his way up with his teammate. might be able to get a timing here. Elects for the Trailblazer. The stun comes through, but Sing ready to play off the dog of his teammate, the Trailblazer. He's completely ready. Cloud Yuki with the frenzy in hand, managing to take Sing out. Brandon electing to plant within the safety of the cove. However, that will require them to play a bit more cautiously. They got to fight up a little bit more. Otaba, I think, just breaking the cam on flank, trying to make them a bit wary of it before falling back to mid. And we are seeing yet again a 4v3 retake. And as I say it, we get brought down to a 1 versus 4 for the Cyberhounds, with Kibbles left alone and a lot to do. Throwing away the gun, just trying to find that Vandal. Brandon just leaping on top of the box, ready to take these fights early and end this game as soon as he can.
Oh, there's the skin.
I mean, honestly, he's got great synergy with these skins. The buddies pair very, very well for Wombo.
I hear that it's good luck, actually, to
I
pair your
mean,
buddy with your skin.
It's got to be good for the mental, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
When you look down, everything's nice and aesthetically pleasing.
Careful here.
I learned that from
I need
Brandon,
help.
actually.
Very, very true. I mean, occasionally he'll say something that's right. What we're seeing here, ONU yet again just trying to work this mid space. Wumbo jump spotting, but not quite finding anything. The
Man, that
flash
window
through just for
there.
a bit of intel. Wumbo swinging early, being brought down yet again to half health. And the pick from Reisher is going to give ONU a lot of valuable info about the B site being completely empty. Newt, good for 1 on the A alert. He has been locked into the site though, managing to rip his way through the wall so he can escape. I don't know if they're aware of this player by Snow though. Wumbo good for 1, not quite good for the second. I missed myself, will fall in the process though. And Kibbles working his way up the kitchen space. Sing ready to take the fight. The shot's just not quite connecting for Sing this game. He is ready for this second fight though from Kibbles. He's taking the fight a little bit slow, and the shots finally start landing for Sing. Cloud Yuki just coming right back though with a pick on a Newt. The Trailblazer coming out to try and get ONU a little bit of extra intel. And Cloud Yuki just trying to work his way through this space, catch one of these attackers off guard, but Reisher is ready and willing to take this game to a 4-4 scoreline.
It's gonna make me seasick.
Yeah, Yuki just I don't know, testing out his DPI to tweak something. I don't know. Just is a little pre-round boogie from Cloud Yuki right there. Shake off the nerves. We're seeing yet again the Cyberhounds being forced back onto an eco, but we have seen like players like Otaba and Cloud Yuki are deadly with some of these pistols in hand, so you cannot count them out on rounds like these.
I would love the frenzy. I just am not reliable enough for that.
Oh, unfortunate. Reisher getting caught just a little bit off guard and does get picked off early. Wumbo and Otaba just trying to take that Vandal, but not quite able to before the attackers come swarming back in. I missed myself. Looking like Sing did last game, just absolutely chewing through this space. Is he aware of the player right there? Just barely managing to get the headshot, but not quite able to make it out with his life. And that's an upgrade for Wumbo right there. And the wall coming through and the plant coming down for ONU.
Spike planted.
Guns in hand again. We are electing to not quite push through, which is a little scary. You're buying so much space in the spam through the smoke just to try and catch Newt. Not quite connecting, but the Sage res onto Otaba is not what you want to see for ONU here. 3 versus 5. The guns still favor ONU, but Wumbo and Otaba have found themselves a bit of an upgrade. Sing deciding to rip the raised rocket, good for 1. Otaba just still trying to equalize these numbers as best he can. Brandon and Sing, the dynamic duo, just holding down the space the best they can. Otaba just trying to find Brandon last. No time left on the clock, but a 3K from Otaba, and he just barely managed to make it out with his life with the dismiss.
Is this a new skin? Have you seen that finisher?
This is that is the most recent set.
Oh, all right. I hadn't seen
I
it
think
yet.
it's like Zero Fang. I think that's the name.
Big fan of the pink.
I'm gonna be honest, it's just not my favorite skin set, honestly.
That's crazy.
Something about it doesn't do it for me. It's like the little flaps on it. Makes me uncomfortable. I don't like how that skin's looking at me.
That's fair. It kind of looks like Araxes, honestly.
It does.
Something
It's like
about the
great
shape of
great
it.
value Araxes though.
Oh.
So just Puckett is smoking to the wall. He looking down a little bit disappointed
Oh,
in
embarrassed.
himself right there. Unfortunately, that was caught on the broadcast, and I will be showing him
I don't know
this
if he's
clip
ready for
later.
this. Nice flick.
But he will make up for it with an early pick onto Wumbo. And ONU still fearlessly taking space. And Singh buying himself some valuable intel here. The dog immediately just running into a wall, and Brandon just completely giving up on it. Otava
Oh.
still working his way through the flank, managing to dismiss, and he's good for
Oh.
2 with 30 HP. But the rest of his team has fallen, though, leaving Otava in a bit of a tenuous spot here with no heals left and 30 HP to his name. Oh, Kibble, the
player
timing
standing.
just unfortunate for him. Turns at the wrong moment and just barely misses Brandon walking up. 30 HP
Spike
to his
planted.
name and a lot on his shoulders here.
Ooh, that's nasty from I Miss Myself all the way in
Trent just
spawn.
waiting in the spawn. This is an unfortunate turn of events
Oh, no.
for Otava, who, I mean, only needs to shoot him twice,
Ooh.
and he managed to get one. But that's valuable intel for ONU, who knows that he is left with 30 HP. And Otava might elect to save here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He got his one. He did his damage, took his guns. I mean,
that was
it's
huge from
probably
him
just-
early round, though.
yeah. I mean, catching Risher right there buys them so much space. They get all of the flank right there. They lose that trip that's there to catch them on the B site, and then that cam that they leave in spawn. It buys them a lot of space. So getting those early picks for Otava is really huge. Unfortunately, just not quite able to clinch the round with 2 dismisses and no ultimate in sight. And it looks like we're going a bit more towards the default, leaning towards the A side a bit more heavily for ONU. And I am wondering if Risher's gonna change it up, or if he is just ready to fight Otava and Wumbo right here, right now.
Have we been missing the Sova dart? Oh, now I see it.
Risher, please, just throw it down, please. Oh my gosh. And the ult coming through yet again. Otava being forced out of garage. And I missed myself just in his usual spot, walking down kitchen.
Satchel out.
And it's looking like ONU's going to rotate off the A site. With Trent taking more space by kitchen. He's good for 1, but Otava is waiting for more.
Player standing.
Isn't quite ready for the swing out from Risher, though. And Cloud Yuki left in the 1v4.
don't
ONU
know.
well aware of his location, so they know this is a free plant. And Cloud Yuki left with a lot to do here.
Healing over here.
I don't know if I would have preferred them to plant on A or B as Cloud.
I mean,
It's either a 1v4 defense or a 1v4 retake. What's better?
I mean, you're either fighting for your life or you're fighting for your life, just in a little bit. So,
You've got a point. You've got a point.
and it's looking like he might
gonna
just elect to
save,
just
yeah.
save. I mean, 900 creds to his name. He wants to just keep this rifle. The econ for his team's already looking a little shaky. So it's looking like we will be going to a 7-4 scoreline, taking us to
Looks
the
like they're
last
hunting.
round in this half. And ONU, they're hungry for this kill.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. Look at how Sig's running. He wants this fight. He's fiending for this kill, but unfortunately he will not get it from Cloud. And last round in the half, and I think it might be a bit of a broken buy for the side of the Cyberhounds here. There's a lot of them invested into that last round, and I just don't think it panned out the way they wanted it to.
You know, I'm really proud to see our little snowman friends still alive down there.
I mean, honestly, yeah. good on the ONU boys for not being too destructive, leaving the snowman alive.
Yes, this should do.
Yes.
Let's see if we're a bit quicker here with the trip, and it looks like we are. The mid smoke just to try and stop this early fight, and Trent yet again working his way up to. And I mean, at this point, I'm getting crazy deja vu.
I've got your
With
trail.
Sing on the pipe and Trent in the tube. I mean, the round's starting to blur.
It's a really helpful ult right there. The sky ult.
Scout the storm.
And the team playing immaculately up the Trailblazer there, granting ONU a free pick, and the walls to come out to the side of ONU. The smoke just, or the Cove just trying to protect his teammate from Newt.
You know, I'm a part-time controller player, and so I've tried playing Harbor, and never once have I been able to get a curved wall like that.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Crazy wrist movement. I don't know.
Just gotta
It's difficult.
just crank the wrist, I suppose. A great shot from Cloud Yuki on the Newt, though, managing to pick him through the dice.
Ooh.
And Reisher getting brought down to 70 HP. Kibbles left with not a lot in the tank, though. The spam from
One
Reisher
enemy
to try and get him off the bomb.
It's unfortunate
And
that
I miss
Viper ult-
myself ending the half with the snake bite, bringing us to an 8-4 scoreline in favor of
Switching
ONU.
It's an unfortunate Viper ult since they planted up in.
Yeah, I don't think the Cloud was aware of them planting
yeah.
a nest. He rips the ult just trying to buy himself some cover, but unfortunately it does just land a bit too low for him.
That goes there.
Reisher, what are these trips? How long did we spend on this? Who are we watching? Because it is not often that I see ciphers on this map, but
This goes here.
Okay.
this is some really nerdy stuff from Reisher. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. The more we watch Reisher, I think my IQ's going up. So I missed myself just dodging the dart there. Wumbo already 1 HP. I don't know
Where'd
when
that come
happened.
from? I didn't see it either.
But I missed myself electing to fall off the site and try and
Nice
live.
lineup.
Looking like we might be cooking up a lineup, or maybe he's making it on the fly. He's doing the calculations in his head. He's rearing and ready to go, and it's looking like the Cyberhounds just don't want to do this anymore. Their confidence has been taken. Oh, maybe a bit of a fake, actually. They're just making noise on the flank and electing to not leave. But Newt on the flank might be cognizant of this.
New and I missed myself.
Rondon caught in the sky, just trying to get out while the getting was good, and unfortunately he does get shot out of the sky. A big dink from Singh, though, bringing Otaba down very low, and he managed to get the pick. 2 players from the Cyberhounds left under the rafters. Singh's good for 2. I don't think he's aware of the 3rd player, though. The shots for Singh are so good this round, though. I missed myself. Gonna buy him some valuable intel. Singh good for 3 with that ghost in hand, 8 HP. And he's completely unshakable, Tanner, in the defense. Like, how many times have we seen Singh in the red HP just still putting up numbers?
Fearless, our fearless leader, if you will.
I wouldn't put him in a leadership position, but certainly fearless. I'll give you that part. I mean, yeah, Viper with a baseball bat is crazy, but kind of fitting, honestly. I feel like if Viper were to use a melee weapon, it might be a baseball bat.
Really?
Feels right up her alley, honestly.
I was thinking more shank.
I can see that, honestly. We're seeing the Cyberhounds leaning yet again towards this A site, slowly contacting their way in, just trying to find out where these defenders are. Rondon's not quite revealing his hand yet, showing that he is lurked up on the pipes. Whittling down Kibbles, just not quite able to close out the kill. Rondon still looking for more value here that can be made. The nade onto Wumbo, just try and get him off of pipes. Otaba with the Sheriff in hand, It's a bit scary, but the wall will go up. Trying to cover these defenders, and I miss myself. Fleeing for his life. Back sight. The shock.
Wow.
Just, I could not tell if that connected with Singh, but he's just completely unshakable in these scenarios. It is impossible to tell. But the Cyberhounds have been left in a 3v5 situation here. And if you're the Cyberhounds,
30
you
seconds
don't necessarily
left.
want to win this round, but you do want to take some of these guns away from ONU first. You want to do as much economic damage as you can, and they are looking for some fights. And Singh caught with his back to the enemy, but unfortunately, the rest of ONU is ready and aware of this push. And they will close it out with 4 defenders left alive.
Yeah, this is, it's just interesting to see the double controller actually in play now. It kind of makes sense. I understand it.
I mean, you can really just cycle through walls on A. As soon as you lose your Viper wall, you throw up your, you throw up the Harbor wall, and then you just never get clear line of sight if you're an attacker. This trip is so nerdy. How do you find this? Just blowing my mind, Darren. Absolutely blowing my mind. Oh,
No, it's tragic.
unfortunate from Newt. Just barely not taking out Otaba. And Otaba, you can see with how much confidence now he is strolling into the B site, completely fearless. Unfortunately, Reacher is also just ready for him. Struggling a bit to pick up the gun. Still ice cold right now. Reacher good for 2. And just barely managing to find the cam. A dink from Cloud Yuki, but I missed myself. Still ready. And he wants the gun, manages to get it. Will he be able to make it out with his life?
It's 2v2, but
ONU
10 HP.
combined has just a little bit over 50 HP. So they're going to need to be good with these headshots or good with this timing if they want to clinch out this round. However, they did go into this on an eco. And if ONU manages to clutch up this round, it will be devastating for the economy for the
seconds left.
Cyberhounds.
Spike planted.
The
Looks
wall
like
coming
Phoenix
up.
has full util too, so they can definitely put in some work installing them.
These two players,
Last
Aaron and
player
Trent,
standing.
spend a lot of time with each other here, playing off each other really well.
Out of 5.
He's good for the first.
Ready. Where is everyone hiding?
This ult's
See the
huge.
discipline here. Darren wants this. He wants this one tap. And he
Nice.
manages to get it. What a shot from Darren. A 4K on the eco round, bringing us to a 4-11 scoreline. Absolutely devastating clutch if you're rooting for the Cyberhounds.
Man, that was a really helpful ult right there. If there's any time to bring out a Cypher one.
I mean, he had Wumbo shaking in his boots right there. I could see the panic in the crouch right there behind the box.
This is my spot.
And this is a rough spot for the Cyberhounds. Being forced back into an eco this soon into the round. I was gonna say, this is a weird side to be taking this trip from, but
Yes, this should do.
not quite there, but we gave up on it. So, and it's looking like the Cyberhounds again leaning back towards the A site. Otava good for the first, and Brandon just not giving him the second, electing to just give up the A site. And Wumbo and Otava to just take this space for their team.
The hunt begins.
The Empress to get popped. They do not want to lose any more numbers and any more rounds. If you're the Cyberhounds, 4-11. This is not the scoreline you want to see. And Kibbles getting a pick on the Sing. That's a good way to do it. Newt immediately clapping back, though. Managed to get another pick. Reacher fighting yet again. Otava, the shot's just not hitting. Biggest whiff we've seen from him today. Slowly managing to heal, and Otava good for 3, popping out right in front of Newt. And even Otava's not a fan of that skin from Sing.
I would like to see a B hit from the attackers.
I mean,
I
they're
don't think
just-
they've gone once, have
They're
they?
just not crazy about it. No, they've just only elected for mid. I mean, we saw a late B main push,
Yeah.
but they never go early. I want to see them kind of push into Darren's
There.
setup here. He works so hard on
Yeah, right? Especially that one little rat trip right before plant.
Yeah, like
That'd be nice to see.
he spent so much time cooking that up. Oh my goodness. The flash coming through, scaring all 3 members of the ONU 8 defenders off the rope. And I mean, thankfully they made it out with their lives. The Lear just sending them running for the hills. The smokes buying them just enough cover to scare these defenders off. And the Trailblazer buying them some valuable intel that they will be electing to fall off.
Oh, well,
But
it looks like we're getting what I asked for.
it's looking like they're about to walk right into Reacher here. And I don't know how ready Wumbo's going to be, but it's not ready enough. Reacher popping out of the cage. He's good for 2. The number still favoring ONU, even though they don't have the space, but he bought them all the time they needed to rotate in.
Oh,
Newt yet again with the Outlaw in hand.
I have never seen that peak.
Standing on top of the little stone mound.
Yeah.
Buys him a lot of valuable intel, but the sonar is going to find him. And the res to try and equalize the numbers here for the Cyberhounds. Singh with the Raze rocket ready. Looking like he wants to just wait for the tap, and then he is going to fly in and go for the planter here. And the util from ONU just absolutely delaying this plant.
I wonder if that's the intended wall. That was an interesting wall.
I think it might have been a panic wall.
Yeah.
Singh good for 1. The Raze rocket comes out. He's good for another 2, and make that 4 from Singh in the round, bringing us to match point for ONU.
Match point.
One last fight, everyone.
Man.
We can do it.
And very, very well disciplined from Singh. Just waiting for an overextension before he just goes in, taking out these attackers before they even knew what hit him. Excuse me.
I wonder if we're going to see that 3-man rush again on A site.
I mean, it's looking like the Cyberhounds leaning back towards the A site, and I don't know. I think they might have been scared off the rope play.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
In comes the Cyberhounds, just looking for these early fights. Otaba, I mean, we've seen that he's good for these normally. Just trying to take a couple pot shots at Singh there. Just barely dodging the Raze Roomba. And he's all the way through to backside. He's good for 1. And make that a second 30 HP to his name. Not quite able to heal off of it. But is Phoenix misses the heal? And
That's unfortunate.
I guess it went to someone else there. Brondon waiting for this plant, though. Maybe looking for a spam. The bomb just still has not quite gone down in the hands of Phoenix. I wonder what
Taking
they're
it
waiting
slow.
for.
Yeah.
Blinded.
The flash in is going to buy Brondon some very valuable intel that they are still in that smoke. A spam through from Newt is going to drop Phoenix. And another spam catches Gibbles. In the ult, this is not how you want this round to go. Cloud Yuki's absolutely trapped and unable to plant the bomb. The spams coming through both ways, dropping Reacher down to very low HP. The swing into the corner, but Newt is ready, and down goes the Viper's Pit.
I'll say if anyone can do this, it's him, Otaba.
It is Otaba, 1 heal left. Just jumping through. The shot's not quite connecting for him. Reacher closing out this game 13-5. And the second half for this JV team, they absolutely sharpen up. I mean, I joked about it off camera, but we saw Singh just warm up in the first half, and we saw it happen yet again. He started off a little shaky looking, but he managed to kind of lock in there towards the end. And I mean, we saw pretty big numbers here from both sides, with Otava putting up 22, but I missed myself fighting right back with 20 kills himself. And I mean, I missed myself, also known as Trent. He was my player of the week from last week, but I honestly have to give it to Singh this week.
I would totally agree with that.
His impact on Lotus was just absolutely pivotal this game. So I have to give it to Singh.
Duelist. He gets in there, makes some space, gets his frags, does his job.
But special mention has to go out to Darren or Reacher.
Oh, yeah.
Those setups were probably the craziest thing I've seen on Icebox, because most of the time you see a Sage, he has been in the labs on that Cypher, though. And I can't wait to see what he pulls out on later maps, because I know he plays Cypher on other maps.
I'll have to bring those trips to my plat lobbies.
Absolutely.
It'll be dominating.
No
for
one's going to
sure.
see those coming.
Yeah,
So,
right.
But that is a 2-0 victory for ONU in week 3 of ECAC. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have a Prime subscription, please feel free to use it. It's completely free if you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account, and it does give you an ad-free viewing experience and also manages to support our program. So we very appreciate it if you guys do have one available. But I think other than that, that's all I have for now. So we'll see you guys on the next broadcast.